Right now, Saturday night's Powerball jackpot currently stands at $454 million. The Mega Millions even higher, nearly $500 million. This is the first election for Clay residents since Micron announced it's building a $100 billion microchip plant right down the road. So we asked voters how they feel about that, whether it's affecting their decisions, along with a slew of other things. Biden's speech also timely as he used his opportunities to stump for Democrats ahead of the midterms, with Lee Zeldin creeping up on Kathy Hochul in the polls right now, and with early voting beginning Saturday with Election Day 11 days out. Reporting from OCC, Chilekasi Adele, NCC News. It's one of the things that was interesting that some of the leaders of Micron and Chancellor Kent Syverud and County Executive Brian McMahon talked about was the idea of Central New York being back. Well, it's not the monster $1 billion plus Mega Millions jackpot from the summer, but two separate ones combined are coming close. We spoke to hopefuls on what they do with the money and how not to squander it all away. President Biden made a speech at Onondaga Community College today, right behind me just a little while ago. He talked about the chip plant that's going to be built in Clay on behalf of Micron and said that this is going to be transformational for not only for Central New York, but the country as well, something many other leaders here echoed.
The region is poised to lead the world in advanced manufacturing, not a joke, poised to lead the world.
America's commander-in-chief today with words of rebirth, saying Central New York is back. The president in town touting his CHIPS and Science Act that helped fund the new Micron chip-making plant in Clay. Biden saying the new initiatives will help America compete with the globe.
We're going to increase America's share of global memory chips and production by 500%.
Local, state, and federal politicians joined the president at the stage today, many of them thanking Biden, saying many parts of New York State have suffered for far too long.
You transformed a state that for a while had given up believing in itself.
The president and Senator Chuck Schumer say the Micron plant will solely be built with union labor. IBEW Local 44 member Shawnee Davis grew up here. She's an SU grad, and she's hopeful.
We understand how desperately we need this new beginning in the Syracuse and Central New York area.
You see, Matt Beach has a great spot downtown. His joint, Ale and Angus, is next to the On Center, with SU dorms at the distance, the Dome not far away.
So you're coming off a long day at work, or you're trying to escape the kids, so you come down to the bar, grab some food and a drink, you look up and you're like, hey, where's the game?
You need the equipment, the smart TVs, the proper Wi-Fi internets, the proper devices.
Some things Beach doesn't have compared to some of the bigger, more corporate competitors. He'll miss out on screening Saturday's SU football game and numerous Yankees games due to shifts towards Amazon's Prime Video and Apple TV+. Problematic when Aaron Judge was chasing his historic 61st homer this season, something he did Wednesday.
I can't watch Thursday Night Football anymore because I don't have, Prime TV, you know what I mean? So it is frustrating, it's annoying.
It's a balancing act. Beach sees it as money-hungry TV executives wanting to extract more when he already coughs up big bucks monthly to the cable guys.
And sometimes you just got to weigh your options, like is one Thursday Night Football game worth going through the hassle to get all this?
All these sports already moving to Peacock or ESPN+++ won't be a one-off either, says one SU professor.
There's going to be a greater separation between the super premium products in sports television and all the rest.
Beach knows eventually he'll have to give in. After surviving the pandemic, he knows survival of the fittest is the only way.
You either have to adapt or you have to pivot a different direction.
At the Cliffs on Erie Boulevard, you can get almost anything you want. A paper with an apocalyptic headline, ice cream, even in October, or Pepsi, or Coke, if you're sane like I am. You can even buy yourself a lottery ticket. The combined jackpots of Mega Millions and Powerball nearing $1 billion. What would you do with all that money?
I would invest in the youth of Syracuse. I can't think. That's a lot of money.
Right now, Saturday night's Powerball jackpot currently stands at $454 million. The Mega Millions even higher, nearly $500 million.
I definitely take care of family because family is first. I make sure that I bought them all homes, all cars. I make sure that they all had a business.
Hitting it big is a pipe dream for most of us, but in the rare case you do, be safe out there.
An accountant, an attorney, and a good financial advisor are people that you certainly want to have on your team.
There's an actual term for getting such a huge sum of cash. It's called a windfall, and it doesn't just relate to the lottery. Whether it's Mega Millions or that heavenly IRS rebate, Wilson says don't stop managing that newfound moolah.
You have a bunch of money, they feel like they don't have to budget or they don't have to watch their spending. And that's absolutely the opposite thing.
Wilson says you should gather yourself before cashing in. He also says to consider changing your phone number. People you haven't seen in years always like to come out when it's convenient, right? Kareem Boyd knows exactly where he's drawing the line.
After that, if they let it flourish, then that's great. And if not, then don't call me no more, family.
On match day, this bar, tucked in near City Hall, is a source for American pride.
You know, we've been coming down here for years. They've been more than a home to us.
Here at Wolf's, as Sweet Home Alabama blares behind me in the background, people are used to U.S. soccer fans taking over for big matches like these. What they're not used to is the fact that the World Cup is being held this late in the year.
It's been interesting. I mean, this time of year, you're used to league soccer. You're used to everybody, you know, out at their teams.
Today was the U.S. advancing to the knockout round after not even qualifying for the World Cup 4 years ago. No room for jet lag during this celebration.
I just got back from Qatar last night. That's me at the USA-England game.
A confident bunch, a consistent belief that this men's national team has no limit.
We're going to win this one, we're going to move into the A, then we're going to win the whole dang thing.
I love this country, and we're going to prove everyone wrong. So everyone's doubting us, sit down, because we're going to win this whole thing. Let's go!
Hopes aside, whether it's 95 degrees or freezing, this beautiful global game of soccer always brings a sense of togetherness.
I love seeing everybody together. It makes people come as one, and I feel like the World Cup is one of the best things to bring the world together.
In downtown Syracuse, Chilekasi Adele, NCC News.
That was 1988. Today, 34 years later, the university honors both those 35 students and the rest of the 270 people who lost their lives too soon that December day. Hey, welcome back to Talking Points. President Biden signed legislation last week to prevent a rail worker strike across the nation. Hey, welcome back to Talking Points. We're just 4 weeks away from election night here in America. Tegan and I have our picks for races we could see being an upset or storyline on November 8th. Where Acropolis Pizza once stood is now a popular fast food chain. Hello and welcome to an early edition of News Live at 6. I'm Chilekasi Adele. This year's midterms will officially wrap up following Georgia's Senate runoff tomorrow. Peach State voters deciding whether Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock will be elected to his first full term in office or if challenger Herschel Walker will become the first GOP senator in Georgia since former Senator David Perdue. If you want to fish but don't have a license in the state, the only day to fish for free will be tomorrow, and it's open to the public. Those participating in Free Fishing Day are reminded that all other fishing regulations are still in effect. Welcome back to News Live at 6. $1.6 billion.
That's a lot of money, Chile.
It is, and that's how much could be in your pocket tomorrow night if you manage to win the Powerball jackpot. Dylan, thank you. As fall creeps closer and closer to winter, so do the operations at the Four Seasons Golf and Ski Center in Fayetteville. But with an unusually warm past few weeks, that transition is getting tougher. Citrus TV's Ethan Friend with the story. Dylan, thank you. Well, this next story doesn't pertain to me, but the person whose password I use. Netflix is allowing ads for the first time ever with a new, cheaper subscription option. Zach Richter, thank you. Moving out towards the city now, new at 6. Tonight kicks off the annual Festa Italiana in downtown Syracuse. Our Ronnie Perillo is live at the Fiesta Italiana right now. Ronnie, how's the food over there? The operation focuses on concert venues where young people often try to use fake IDs. 41 were seized in central New York alone.